Hey guys, it's me, Lay, once again. I apologize if you can hear the AC in the back. I know for a fact you definitely can, but I'm in bed right now. I decided that I wanted to go ahead and do this little voiceover for this video, and now is the only time that it'll probably get done. So yeah, thank you if you are coming back and you've been here before, and welcome if you've never been here at all. There's really a lot going on right now in this fucking time lapse. There's a lot actually happening right now. Long story short, I had this really nice sketchbook. I want to say it's probably maybe like 8.5 by 11. It's pretty large. Nice hardcover. Has lots of pages, definitely at least 200 pages in it. And I got that as a gift from a professor in middle school. And I never used that sketchbook. I think I did maybe once or twice, but I wasn't really happy with the way it looked, and that's just because I wasn't really using it to its full capacity. But that was years ago, and so that sketchbook sat in my room for years. And this past Christmas, I decided that when I was home, when I came across it, that I was gonna bring it back with me, and then I was gonna draw in it, right? Yeah. I was gonna draw in it. Everything's gonna be great. I get that book back here, and when I tell you guys, that book has been neglected, okay? I took that sketchbook with me everywhere that I possibly could. And for whatever reason, I just couldn't seem to really make it a cool sketchbook. I couldn't seem to really stick to it. Like, it was just like a waste of a sketchbook. I had ripped pages out of it because there were drawings in it that I did not like. At this point, there are drawings in it now that I do not like, that have been covered with other things, so it's kind of become more of a collage type thingy. And let me tell you now, there's gonna have to be a part 2 to this video, okay? Because I thought that what I was doing here in the video was going to solve all of the problems for why I wasn't using this sketchbook, right? That's not what happened, okay? But we'll get to that later on, because that doesn't come until later. As of right now, I decide that the sketchbook is just ugly. Oh my god. Excuse me. The sketchbook is just ugly. And I am going to decorate the cover. I'm gonna make it look really cool and make it look really pretty and appealing, so that I will feel more inclined to draw in it, right? And now I've upgraded my supplies and everything, so I'm at the point where I'm ready to art it up, you feel me? And I'm like, okay, let me just really go ahead and bang this out really quick. The resin dries super fast, so I'm just gonna throw some beads and I had this cool holographic origami paper, which is what you're seeing here right now. And in the clip before, what you were seeing is I had a choker, like a fake diamond choker that I had gotten. Also got it years ago. I don't even remember where I ordered it from. It came offline somewhere for sure. And something happened and the chain broke, I'm pretty sure, and I didn't want to go through the hassle of fixing it. So I just pulled all the fake diamonds out of it, and I was gonna use those also for the cover, which I did, and it came out really cool. But yeah, so between that and the origami paper, I also had some loose beads. These like cool, kind of holographic beads. I don't know how else you would describe them, but yeah, that's what's going on right now. I'm just gonna let you guys watch through this. Okay, and this is where things start to get interesting, right? So, first of all, excuse the lighting. I chose to do this. Well, I started doing it like mid afternoon ish. But as the day progressed on and as it got darker, I was also sitting next to the TV. I was watching a movie while I was doing all of this. So, you're gonna see the lighting do a lot of crazy things. I tried to edit it as best as possible just so you could visibly see what was happening. So I did what I could, yeah. But you'll get the overall gist of what's happening. I'm taping off the edges of this book now. This is the sketchbook, and like I said, it's pretty big, pretty hefty, has a nice weight to it. Definitely not a typical size sketchbook. I would definitely consider this like an elite size sketchbook. Definitely not for beginners, but it's really, really nice, and I'm glad that I got it as a gift, and I'm glad that even though I wasn't really using it, I decided to keep it. So I'm just taping off the edges now, and I'm getting ready to pour the resin. You see the little paper, the holographic paper chunks on the top, and I'm just basically getting the book ready so that I can seal the cover off and basically make it more decorated and more beautiful, etc., etc. Now, this right here, this is also the part to note for part 2 later on. This right here, this is where I fucked up. And I'm not going to say anything until part 2 later on because it is a whole other thing, let me tell you. But I'm just letting you guys know this moment right here, this thing right here, and the taping moment before, that fucked me up. That's all. Okay, and then now we're getting into like the chunk part of it, the meat part of it, and it's basically me going in with those beads over there on the left, and I'm pouring the resin. I'm pretty sure I used all of the resin. I don't know why I was trying to be skimp with it, or what I was going to be able to do with those little baby bottles. Because this actually was my first ever time pouring resin. I've never used it before until doing this. So when the resin that I ordered, it was like sample bottles basically. They weren't that big, obviously, as you can see. So I don't know what made me think that I was gonna be able to use those bottles to do this and the other stuff that I wanted to do with the resin. I don't know. That was silly. But anyways, I'm mixing it up now in the cup. And I'm getting ready to pour it all over the beads. And basically, once I start pouring those beads, once you guys see me pour the resin and you see me throw the beads down and I go in with the tweezers, everything that I'm doing from that point forward is me literally just flipping over the beads and flipping over those little diamonds that I pulled out at the very beginning. All of those pieces, I didn't want any bottoms facing up. I wanted them all to be the pretty side up, basically. I didn't want you to be able to see anything ugly, or anything just like flat and just gray or whatever. And especially because it's resin and I knew it was going to dry hard, and I knew it was going to be what it was when it dried. I went in and I spent forever. These clips are sped up maybe, what are they, 20 times? Yeah. So these clips are sped up pretty fast. They're sped up 20 times. It took me probably 3 or 4 hours to do this, and overall this video is 30 minutes long. So yeah, I spent a lot of time making sure those beads looked perfect. And even later on, you're gonna see me change my mind. You're gonna see me kind of change the design a couple times as the resin is drying. And luckily with this resin, you do get 45 minutes of drying time, or 45 minutes of, I guess, moving time before it starts to really dry down. But I'll put the link to this brand in the description box because I actually do really like it. And I will definitely do a whole review later on because I'm going to buy like a gallon of it. But anyways, yeah, after you see me do all this right here, I'm gonna just basically go in by hand and manually flip over all of the diamonds and all of the gems and move the paper around and just basically push everything out and diffuse it, so that it looks even across the cover. And then later on I went and I picked up I had some other gems in my collection, just happened to have them, and I took those and I made like a design in the center, like a cute little like emblem type thing. And then also on the two edges on the right side where you open the book, I found 2 imposter pieces in my cup that didn't belong to any of the other pieces. I think they're already in the middle, but yeah, you'll see me move those to the edges of the book as like an indicator of which side you open it on. So yeah, all this is decorative stuff. That's really all it is. I'm gonna let you guys watch this and enjoy it. Yeah. Alright, so we are now getting close to the end. You're gonna see me make a couple more changes on the book. You're gonna see me move some more pieces around. I actually am gonna add a couple things in towards this final piece, or this final part, I guess I should say. And you're gonna see me tilt the book around and just kind of move the resin. This resin actually was really loose and really easy to work with, especially because I was super high as I was doing this, so I feel like that also played a factor in how fast, or I guess how slow it took me to complete this. But I mean, it definitely came out pretty well, and the resin didn't really give me any issues. It wasn't really too messy. It wasn't really too hard to work with, anything like that. So definitely would recommend, especially for this to be my first time. I could have done some things differently, but again, I'm gonna follow that up in a part 2. So if you aren't already subscribed to me, you definitely should subscribe, because you're gonna want to see what this sketchbook looked like after this point, and then what I did to make it look better, because yeah, that's a whole other thing. But thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Definitely share and like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.